Spectrum Primer is applied on walls which has been coated with gypsum or plaster. It is used to shorten the time and reduce the amount of paint needed to finish the surface. Checking up the area covered with 1 litre of Spectrum Primer. The area depends on the smoothness and type of coating applied on the surface. The spreading rate, for example, the area which can be covered with 1 litre of the product as supplied or 2 litres of working solution is ca 20 square meters. Priming walls with Spectrum Primer. Method of application. The wall's surface to receive primer must be dry. Shake well the original container and pour the content into a working container 4 times bigger than the original one. Add the same amount of water to obtain 1.1 working solution. The primer can be spread with brush or roller. Painting the wall on bare surface. 1 litre of paint will be used for the trial. The wall is painted white and the paint is applied on the surface which has not been primed with Spectrum Primer. The covered area is 7.6 meters squared and the produced film has varying thickness. This calls for recoating. Painting the wall white on a surface primed with Spectrum Primer. Let us use the same paint and the same amount of 1 litre. The wall is painted white and the paint is applied on the surface primed with Spectrum Primer. The covered area is 9.5 meters squared and the produced film has even thickness. The effect is satisfactory, yet still requiring recoating. Recoating with white paint. The second coat is applied when the first coat has dried. The time needed to paint the surface without primer approximates the total time for application of Spectrum Primer and white finish paint. Painting with colour paint on primed surface is quicker and produces more even dry film. Conclusion: the final effect is better in the case of substrates primed with Spectrum Primer with evenly coated surface without thicker spots, nicely rendering the colour. The time needed to apply primer and 2 coats of finished paint is comparable to the time needed for applying 2 layers of the finished paint alone. Priming the substrate with Spectrum Primer reduces the consumption of paint by ca 25%, both in the cases of 1 and 2 coat application. Dekspol Spectrum Primer.